As this week we share stories about some of our more embarrassing moments in ministry, I have to say that mine comes from about the earliest point in my ministry it could come. I had answered the call to ministry in the fall, and then about a month or so later, Bert Goodwin, who is the district superintendent of the old Gadsden district, called and he appointed me to serve as the pastor of a church. Now, I was 19 years old and had never done anything like that. And so I was very excited about it, very scared, but also very excited. And so I worked on my sermon for the day. It was on the armor of God, and I was very excited about going out there and being with the people at this church. And I'd actually worked and sort of pared my sermon down a little bit so that I would have more time to meet and to greet people and to really get to know them a little bit, since it was a brand new appointment to me, a new situation for me, and I was taking over in January, and so that was going to be odd. And well, I got out there, and I'd been told that I didn't need a key to the church, that someone would always let me in. I later found out that they didn't give me a key because they said I was too young to have a key. They were afraid that I would bring all of my friends from college and party at the church. I think most of my friends preferred places with indoor plumbing. But nevertheless, I got out there, and now I have to say that I've always heard the scripture, where two or more gathered, Jesus is there. And I got out there, and the woman who met me, she unlocked the door, and we went in, and I'd been told that I had to bring the bulletins, that I had to make and bring the bulletins, so I'd done that. And I had 50 bulletins for the service, and excited about, they said the average was, somewhere in the mid-20s, and I had 50 because, I was 19 and thought that everyone would want to come and hear me. And, well, time passed, and I sat up front after I'd greeted the woman that had let me in, and I waited and I waited. And finally, she leaned forward on the front pew and said, you can go ahead and get started if you want. And I said, well, where's the rest of the congregation? And one by one, she named these people were out of town, and these people, well, they were under the weather, and these people still had children who were visiting from out of town, and so they were leaving that day, so they were doing a big family breakfast. And well, basically, it was me and the woman. And so I sat up there and looked at my order of worship, and I thought, okay, she didn't play the piano, nor did I. So we decided not to do that. And so we decided really not to sing anything. I will say the most awkward moment of the service was the offering, when it was me standing in front of her holding an offering plate until she dug out just a few change, and I think I got like a piece of hard candy out of it. I think the pressure trying to get me to go away. And I tried to lead the creed, because I knew the service was going to be really short, and so I decided to throw the creed in after I read the scripture for the day from Ephesians and all, and I tried to lead the creed, and well, I said that he was crucified by the Virgin Mary. That's not in the creed. And she got very confused at that point and stopped speaking. And I couldn't figure out why she was not speaking until it just registered in my mind what I'd said. And then I preached my very short sermon on the armor of God so that I have plenty of time to meet and greet the crowd. And so after I finished and said a prayer and offered a benediction, I went down and shook her hand probably for the 15th time that day, and we left. She locked the door and went away. And I was really surprised when she came back another week. It was sort of a shock to me. good news is the rest of the congregation did come back the following week, and so I was able to record a massive percentage increase in attendance. But it was one of my most embarrassing moments as a pastor leading a worship service, but one I will absolutely never forget. So I hope that this week, as you are hearing us share our stories, that it lets you know that being in ministry is not always perfect. What we do is not always perfect, as you well know. But it's always great when we can get that little bit of distance, and in hindsight, we can see just how fun and funny those moments truly are. Thank you, and may God bless and keep you.